Hopefully, my volume is doing much better. Checking my upload rates. It seems like there might be a little bit of a hiccup. Not sure quite what's going on. Okay, it seems to be stable now. At least I hope so. If any of you are having troubles, let me know, and I will work to fix it. I was setting up to get a screenshot for a upcoming video, which I managed to get. So, we happen to be out here during a... oh my gosh. I'm just gonna let that one go. We happen to be out here during a blood moon. I basically have all of my food slots filled though, so I think I'm just gonna make myself one hell of a noble pursuit. That sounds like fun. I'm tempted to start playing exclusively on the Pro HUD. Hey there, Ethan. How is my frame rate? I know I'm just standing still right now. Oh, it's time. Now that's a drink. I think I could make one more. Actually, I have enough space to make 3 more things. So I think may as well. Alright, I am too close to the edge. Okay. How is my voice? I talked with a friend earlier today and they helped me set up a compressor through OBS, so my voice should be much louder than it's been. What else? Well, I may as well do this. Do I have any other hearty foods? don't think so. So maybe I'll just make some corruption clearing stuff since I have plenty of dandelions. That's a pretty good one. 6 heal and clears out 6 in corruption. Awesome, Ethan. I'm so happy to finally resolve this problem. It's always been an issue because my voice is really soft. That will have to do.
When the glow of the blood-stained moon shines upon the land, the aimless spirits of slain monsters return to flesh. The world is threatened once again.
Alright, that was the first movie of the night. Now it is time to move on. And yeah, I did. Alright, so next up on the list is the scimitar, which is over by Lorlin Village. So here we go. Tonight's plan, Ethan, is to watch the remainder of the movies, and since I can access all of them and have them pinned down on the map, that's what's gonna happen. I'm hoping it will reveal the location of the Master Sword to me. People give Nintendo a lot of crap over their ancient hardware, but when they make games like this, it really is amazing what they've pulled off. Like, the game even runs smooth, though it might just be my TV cheating and doing whatever these modern days TVs do to make things look nicer than they really are. There it is. Alright. So when I do this, I'm going to turn off my mic so we can just enjoy it. Hope you're ready.
All right, Zelda. We are alone as you requested. What was it you wanted to discuss with me in private?
You are far too trusting.
Oh my. I'm surprised to hear you say such a thing. That is quite out of character for the Zelda I know. But then you are a puppet of Ganondorf.
Did you really think we hadn't realized your deceit? Your Majesty! Queen Sonia! Oh no! Queen Sonia! No!
That was a really good Ganondorf base. It figures that she wouldn't have survived. Ooh, an update to her character file. Actually, no, she's not listed in here, is she? Alright. Next up. Oh, that doesn't look good. And that is up in Hebra by the labyrinth. So... right there-ish. I haven't explored this area too much. There it is. So Ganondorf killed Sonia and took her stone. You guys are gonna make me pull out a weapon? Oh, and a Yika? I think I'm just gonna build a balloon. Is it in his hand? No. Of course he has two. It's best not to ask how Link can use the Porapad like this while he is hanging on to his paraglider. There it is. Link has time stop abilities. Like, that's how he does his flurry rush. I remember seeing a theory about that a long time ago. I forget who posted it. It might have been Bandit, maybe Hyrule Gamer. I'm not sure. I don't think it was Zeltic. Anyhow, starting this one up.
Queen Sonia! Queen Sonia!
Finally. Finally, it is mine! granted the godlike power you had in your hands. Do you now see the potential you squandered? As for her, she is merely the first victim of your arrogance. You tried to control me, Lauru, and you will die knowing that you failed. Ganondorf!
Prince Sonia needs you.
Well, that was quite the piece. There was so much speculation about that scene with Ganondorf, with all the hype. So many beliefs that it was him embracing the power of demise, or that he was demise, stuff like that. I was personally thinking that scene would be when Mummy Ganondorf revived fully into a non-dehydrated form. But it seems like it was just all in the past. That's when he got his super powerful Ultra Stone, which is just the Recall Stone. It also seems like whenever a person takes hold, the stones themselves may actually be neutral, but when a person takes control of them, it feeds off their inner energy, and that's what the symbol, the depiction, which according to Zelda lore, looks like a stylized kanji for various attributes, appears on the stone. I suppose Ganondorf, if they really are trying to keep this within a timeline and keep Skyward Sword as being canon, which I hope is the case, but I'm growing more and more skeptical of, it could be that that is the element that the stone is resonating with. Alright, so now the Mitama one, which is over there by Akala and Zora's domain. Should be an easy glide down from Mount Lanayru. You're correct that Ganondorf is a manifestation of Demise's anger and hate. But I'm not convinced that this is in the same timeline as Skyward Sword. This could be an entirely different series of events, and if that's the case, I'm not happy about it, because I love the timeline. Ooh, shrine. I love the timeline. It's why I became a Zelda tuber. it's why I chose Zelda to obsess about instead of like Final Fantasy or Mega Man or whatever else. Because Zelda has this really interesting time split with a lot of things in it that corroborate and you can speculate about. You might be right about that with Skyward Sword, but again, I'm not convinced at this point with Skyward Sword being canon to this game. And even right now, the strongest piece of evidence that I can see to support that it is the fact that the Master Sword makes the Phi sound. That's it. There are other things that end up getting thrown out. So the big statue in the Forgotten Temple, yeah, I used to think that was the same huge statue of Hylia from Skyward Sword. But I recently completed the quest where I restored it, and it gave me this. The White Sword of the Sky, which is the Goddess Sword. It looks exactly like the Amiibo Goddess Sword from the first game, but here it is. I was curious if it could shoot sword beams. It can't. I was curious if it could break. It can. When it broke, you can go back to the statue, give it one of the claws from the 3 dragons, and it'll give you another one. It's not even that good of a sword, but here it is. So, I don't know. I did check. So yes, I did check in the underground under the Forgotten Temple, and there's that huge statue of the Bargainer. And at first I was really excited. I was like, oh, is it going to be a statue of demise? I hope it is. And I crawled up there, and I was really disappointed. I'm going to have to eat something. Oh, I don't have very many of these. That will do. I haven't been in... I'm going completely the wrong way because I saw a shrine. I haven't been in Zora's Domain at all. I'm debating if I should do Zora's Domain or the Gorons first. Oh, it does? I didn't notice that. I might have to go back and take a look at it. Even if it does have a pig's face on it, are you trying to say that the Bargainer is secretly Demise? I'm not sure if I quite buy that. Wings on the wind. Okay. Oh, I see there's a closer one. This is much harder with the HUD off. It seems like it should be up there. Ah, it is. And it cannot be ultra-handed, so... Come on, respawn. They probably want me to glide to it, but I do not have the patience for that. Reading what you were saying. You think so? I don't know. So, part of me thinks that Nintendo is just putting things in, not explained, for the sake of creating a mystery that they never intend to solve. Oh, I just realized I forgot my own tricks. Because that's not a bad spear on its own. But I'm too lazy to actually. It's not a bad spear, but it's also not a good spear. Then again, it is... I hate this weapon durability system, because it makes me think like this. That spear is saved for later now. Let's make sure it's clear. Got the mark. Uh-oh. Let's Prince of Persia this and try that again. Reading what you're saying now, Ethan. Yeah, it's clear that they are trying to stoke interest in things, but I don't know. It makes me feel. God damn it! It makes me feel that they're not intending to pay off the mystery. It's not even worth speculating about. Like they could try to. They could put some effort into making things better. I feel like I'm just bad at flying the glider without attaching a fan to it. Well, they will let me take these fans. Okay. I guess that was the solution to this. Normally they don't let me take parts like that. Not from puzzles. The DLC will be their chance to clean this up. But I again don't know what they're going to even do that. I heard some rumors. Oh, that's 2 heart containers I can go get. I heard some rumors that with Age of Calamity, they wanted to connect things and do things more, but were shot down by Nintendo. And it sucks because let's assume that for a moment, Bandai, whoever made it, that they really wanted to flush it out and make a good story. And the cutscenes that they created, I feel, are really good. But then they just were told no by Nintendo. All the way over there? Well, it's a good thing I'm headed there anyways, little friend. Now, how can I torture you? If you're going to be a lazy little Korok, I am going to make you suffer. Oops. Thinking about what to do to him. There's no way to like dangle him down. Oh, I'm building the wrong model. This is the one I like to use. No, that's not quite right. Alright, he's being a speed bump. I think I have 4 or 5 memories left. We can see it right there. I wonder if that Lionel is still hanging out in this area. Oh, a cave, too. Alright, well, buddy. Yeah, I need to take down the Colosseum in the bottom. I recently found the Gerudo Colosseum too. There's so many things to explore on this island. What's above? That stuff is above. But no, I have to stay focused. I'm here to watch movies. Likes. I guess it wasn't the cave I saw, it was just this opening. Oh, is this an electric like? Yeah. Alright. There's only one good place for the droplet in this, and it would be in the center. But instead there's a Korok. Here you go, little buddy. Oh, there it is. Alright. Starting. I'm not sure about that. Anyhow, I am starting it now.
King Rauru, we just received word that the last free village in the Gerudo Desert has fallen. At this rate, the Demon King's army will overwhelm us.
I understand. Our only hope is for me to defeat the Demon King.
Rauru, the Demon King. He is not someone you can stop by yourself. But you are not alone. You have the Gerudo, Goron, Zora, and Rito leaders as well as Zelda. And of course, you can count on me.
There's something I'd like to show you all.
Sacred stones.
Stand with me. I need all your aid.
We all, gathered here, swear on our lives to serve Rauru, the King of Light.
So there are very clear similarities to the stones and the powers that the Divine Beast Guardians champions have. It makes me wonder how much of the Sheikah technology was based off things they found in the Zonai. When you say the lizard statues in the depths, are you talking about? I think I have a picture of it. Are you talking about this thing, Ethan? Yeah, I noticed that the Sage helms also resemble the Zonai helms. Is this the lizard creature you were talking about in the depth? Ah, right, okay. This one I found really interesting because I think it's based on the Rito. But the implication might be that the Rito evolved from whatever this thing was. Anyhow. This one. Wait, did I miss one? Oh no, I did them out of order. How did that happen? Because there's the Demon King, and then the Matama. Huh. Now I need to go back to the Forgotten Temple and check this. It doesn't seem... It doesn't seem like I would have done it out of order. That scene plays natural. Well, maybe not, because we don't exactly know that the Demon King is conquering everything, but it clearly makes sense that he would. Oh, is this the room where... Is this the room I just saw in that memory? Okay, so there was that one, the saber. Yeah! They are withholding something from me because I did not miss. Like, up until this point, it's tracked just fine. But the Demon King, and then it did Sage's Vow. So they are holding out on me. Because there's this one, which is next on the list. And then the Master Sword up there. But a final middle memory isn't even, like, listed. Oh, Impa, you're here. Huh. Well, I can only do so much, so off to this one. I have 2 of 4 sages. Is that a black one or a silver? It's a black one. I don't care about black ones. Hopefully this one is easier to find, the little spot on it. There it is. This thing looks... Maybe it's my mind playing tricks on me, but this thing looks kind of like a bargainer statue to me. Oh, I thought I saw it. Maybe not. Hey, Korok. And next up, here we go.
Sonia. Oh, Zelda.
King Rauru, before you face the Demon King tomorrow, there is something I must tell you. I came to this era after finding a man underground.
Go on.
When I witnessed what the Secret Stone did to Ganondorf, at that moment, I knew for sure what we found underground, that was him. He was still alive, still powerful. He continues to live on, all the way until my time. In tomorrow's battle, we won't be able to defeat him. No matter how strong we think we are, he'll survive. And you will.
Maybe so. But it is my duty to try. It was my hubris that set us on this path. I must atone for my error in judgment. And above all else, I remain the King of Hyrule. As with any leader, it is my duty to safeguard and protect my people, even if I must risk my life.
Rauru.
And if it proves impossible for us to defeat Ganondorf, we rely on your knight and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link. But remember, that was a future where you never appeared in this world. And you are here now. Zelda, I believe there is a reason you were sent to us. It has to mean something.
The reason I am here.
No, Rauru, no time splits. We don't need that garbage anymore, because Nintendo's bad at tracking it. I can see why she held back that knowledge, especially after encountering Ganondorf for the first time. She probably became immediately concerned as soon as she encountered Rauru, because Ganondorf, when they talked in the intro, mentioned Rauru. Okay, on to the last one, or the apparent last one, but there is suspiciously a missing entry here. This one is of the Master Sword. So I'm hoping this will give some insight as to where the sword is. A shrine. And it looks like the tear is on the blade, which happens to be basically the only flat spot. And starting it now.
He managed to restrain him somehow. Link, I am not sure you'll be able to stop him. Master Sword. How is the Master Sword? You're telling me that Link is safe? You traveled through time to find me and recover your strength.
Zelda, I believe there is a reason you were sent to us. It has to mean something.
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do. We will finally stop him.
To become an immortal dragon is to lose oneself.
I'll be forever changed. Link! You must find me.
Okay. Oh, did they really have to spell it out this badly? Like, that was really on the nose, guys. Especially since I've already been up and close with that dragon. Yeah, they skipped a memory. Probably because I wonder if these are memories I get to recover from sages. No, that doesn't make sense because, like, the other memories I got from sages didn't show up in this recording. Well, time to continue. After I do that shrine. Hmm. That does seem suspiciously like where they would put the treasure chest. I'll come back to that. That should be enough. I think I was right. That is where the chest is. Oh, maybe not. That's pretty good. Okay. Alright, little buddy, where's your friend? That's not far to get to. I did notice that there was a spiral leading down into the demise seal. I didn't think about any potential connection to the green spiral from the Zonai. Alright, gonna start it.
Was that the sword that seals the darkness? The blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me.
The sword will continue to gain strength if bathed in sacred power. The stronger that power, the more powerful the sword becomes.
After all, you possess more than power over time. You have a sacred power that can dispel evil.
To swallow a secret stone is to become an immortal dragon, one blessed with eternal life.
Minoru, I'm counting on you. Link, I will restore the Master Sword for you. I will care for it until the time comes. I will pour my sacred power into it. It will be the weapon that defeats the Demon King.
To become an immortal dragon is to lose oneself.
You must. Protect them all!
Yep, that skipped the part. I am very unhappy that there are missing chunks in this. Like, that had a bit of a flashback of them talking with the Deku Tree, which I assume is probably in in Memory 01, but I haven't been able to get into the Deku Forest yet, so... Let's see what you have to say. Oh, just a line about Ganondorf's swirl. I wonder how Nehru feels about this. The idea that Zelda was put on ice, not for 100 years this time, but for over 12,000. I was so hopeful walking into this game. I was thinking that there would be like maybe some Ganondorf memories and we get to see more about him, see a sympathetic side of why he does the things he does. But nope, he's just completely rotten. Alright, they technically count as monsters, even though they really shouldn't. So many people wanted the story to be like Zelda goes back in time and becomes Hylia, creating a time loop. They haven't even addressed why all of these islands are floating in the sky. But to be fair, there's still one more memory after that. I encountered the dragon up here once before. I was able to get a horn from it. think that's Natra who goes into the underground. Yeah. I wonder if it is on a set location now. Or maybe its flight path is really wonky. Like I could see them incorporating the moon cycle into it and just determining where it is over the course of like 8 nights, 8 days. Well, now that I've done all of that, let's see what Impa has to say, if anything. How long have I been playing? Coming up on 2 hours.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Oh.
Hmm. Actually, I need a recording of him doing his stupid dance. Frame rate might go down. Hmm. Well, now that I know about the dragon, I'm still confused about the missing memory pieces. But this one was clearly before they started their journey to under the castle. So it's gotta be related to the Korok Forest. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to do next.
Oh.
Impa did say she was going back to Kakariko, so there could be stuff there now. Maybe they'll actually let me investigate that final 5th ring. For now, I'm going to cash stuff in and call it for tonight. Oh, actually, I wanted to bring up something about the swirls, since you brought it up, Xavier. So, one thing about a spiral is that it's equal parts of the 2 different aspects of it. So, Ganondorf being sealed by a spiral, specifically by the hand of Rauru, who had his stone in it, and he was the Sage of Light. It would sort of feed into the idea that if he was sealing Ganondorf, who was effectively the Sage of Darkness at this point, the 2 spirals were canceling each other. As for the spiral path leading down to the seal of demise that we see in Skyward Sword, I really don't think it's connected to the Zonai stuff at all. I think they just needed a winding path, and at the end you can see how the bottom of the goddess statue like screws in perfectly to it. If the Forgotten Temple is indeed supposed to be that same statue from Skyward Sword, then it does raise a lot of interesting questions with the huge statue in the underground in the same spot. But I honestly don't think it's connected at this point. It feels like Nintendo is trying to completely ignore the timeline. This should be the last heart for this row. I'm just going to save really quick because I'm going to test and see if that is the case. Okay, so yeah, that was the last heart of the first row. So I think at this point I'm going to focus on getting fully upgraded stamina and then finish off the restful hearts. Oops, not yet. Stamina. Good to see you again. Happy. I hope you do well with your studying and, well, your upcoming exam. The thing is, I think they walked into Breath of the Wild knowing they wanted to do a reboot. Not even a soft reboot. a hard reboot, in my opinion, where they just wanted to throw everything else out and be like, this is the new game. But they couldn't say that. Or, if they could say it, they were choosing not to. Maybe because they knew people like me would obsess about the timeline and promote the product for who knows how long. That's probably the most cynical view I could take of the whole thing. But when it comes to Nintendo, I'm not exactly holding my breath. They have proven to be pretty bad over the years. Did you notice how Sonia has a tattoo of the Triforce on her arm? Yeah, the whole claim of Breath of the Wild being... I'm not cashing in my Sage's Will because I'm saving that for Sidon. But their whole claim about Breath of the Wild being at the end of every possible timeline is ridiculous, never once made sense, and always sounded like a huge cop-out. My thoughts was that cop-out was because they just did not want to come out and say, nope, timelines doesn't matter anymore, this is a reboot. And if you think about when they started Breath of the Wild, which was around 2011, 2012, yes, over a decade ago, that was really big when reboot culture was hitting the mainstream. Everything was getting rebooted. Spider-Man got rebooted. Some of the Marvel stuff got rebooted. Like, a bunch of things got rebooted. Star Trek got rebooted. So, it seems to me that they just kind of jumped on that craze. I was actually more hopeful than I should have been. I was thinking that they were going to use the events of Skyward Sword, at the ending therein, to create an alternate timeline that led to Breath of the Wild. But it seems like they're not even doing that. What connections there were to Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild, ugh. I feel like they're just really shoving that, not even brushing, shoving it under the carpet at this point. I think I know the next topic for the podcast. And it's probably going to be what people's thoughts are about the Zelda timeline. About with the Tears of the Kingdom revelation. And it sucks because so not many people know about it, but I'm not sure if you guys know about the Bread Pirate. He's another Zelda tuber. He got hacked like about 2 months ago, and he got his channel back, and he's continued to grow since then. He's doing great. But on the exact day that went down, he was supposed to be on my podcast, and and this topic came up. Well, with that happening like hours before the podcast happened, I got distracted and screwed up the recording for the entire podcast. And so, like, there was no audio from my guest until towards the very end when I caught that I had made the mistake. But more importantly is that during that podcast, we talked about the idea that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom were completely self-contained in continuity, and Nintendo was throwing away the timeline as a reboot. It was a really good session, and it's such a shame that it was lost because of such a stupid error. I'm not convinced that the Triforce exists in this continuity, or if it does, I don't know. Because I was really hoping that the idea was that Zelda, her sacred powers, her bloodline, was actually that they just put the Triforce in the princess and had been passing it down mother to daughter for thousands of years. And that the fork in the timeline that would have led to Breath of the Wild was based around the idea that Ganondorf couldn't steal the Triforce because the Triforce is no longer a physical object bound in the sacred realm. That instead, he would have to take the Triforce, or rather the power of the Hyrule family, in some other way. And I came up with this really great, perhaps a little Game of Thrones-esque story based around the idea that he would, being unable to take the power directly, he would move in and try to court the Princess Zelda of that time period, which would have been around the same time period as Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time. But more importantly, if he did such a thing, not only would the Triforce's power be passed down to his daughter, but then his daughter would be a Gerudo, and basically it would be locked in a Gerudo bloodline forever. It's such a clever and interesting idea, and I'm fairly certain Nintendo never even considered that when writing this. I'm ranting, and it's coming up on midnight. Yeah, in Breath of the Wild, it seems like nobody even remembers that the Triforce was a thing. We see some emblems of it here and there, but nobody ever talks about it. The word Triforce is never used anywhere. Its concepts of courage, power, and wisdom are listed in a few places here and there, but it's all obscured by ciphers. I think the most disappointing thing going forward here is that with how well Breath of the Wild sold, and how well Tears of the Kingdom has sold, that Nintendo's thoughts on this are going to simply be that, well, this new direction for Zelda is what works, so they're just going to keep going in that direction. And the takeaway that I am afraid they're going to end up having with this is simply to continue with this story and not return to the old stuff. It's such a shame because it really is, the timeline really is such a beautiful and intriguing concept, and they just want to throw it away. So here's an interesting idea, since I'm looking at the maps. This landmass is visible on the map, but you can never reach it. But if we look at the underground, we can see that this canyon is going to be an impassable wall. But in theory, on this underworld map, this section should be something. I look forward to investigating that more. I have not reclaimed the Master Sword yet. I am still figuring out how to do that. I believe I need to track down the Light Dragon. It looked like there was a sword stuck in its head. And it's funny because, like, yesterday, I actually managed to get out to it and shoot a horn fragment off of it. And I thought to myself, is that a sword in its head? And yeah, I think it is. We will talk about that more later. I definitely have more than a few ideas brewing in my head for episodes of my show. But it seems the thing that's trending right now on YouTube is things like top 10 list or tip list for this game. So that is what I'm aiming to put out either tomorrow or Wednesday. And I had the second part of my most recent video going up this weekend as well. It's an interesting one. It plays with the idea that Hylia is not as good as we might think she is. Maybe my next session will be dealing with these Lionels. Why was I looking at the map? I was going to go somewhere. I think I'm just going to save and call it. Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for listening to me rant about stuff. Ugh. It sucks. I like this game, but I don't like what it's doing to the Zelda franchise, and I felt very similar, the same type of confliction with Breath of the Wild. Here we are, 6 years later. Anyhow, good night, guys. Thanks for joining me.